Hello and welcome to all of our viewers around the world. I'm Fiona Lang-Sharp, IBCLC Director of Communications and MC here at Gold Learning. Welcome, friends. It's so good to have everybody here today. And Rachel Dean is with us here today. Welcome, Rachel. It's great to have you here at Gold Learning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And in fact, Rachel's going to be speaking at our upcoming conference, our Gold Midwifery Conference. And I'm so excited, going to be talking about key nutritional insights for lactating parents. By goodness, Rachel, it's about time that we started talking about this. I know that you've been passionate about this topic for a very long time. And I feel like have we kind of just, skirted around this topic a little bit, in the field, in the industry, and because there's been other bigger things going on. But now we're seeing that this could be all interconnected, I feel, when it comes to lactating nutrition. Tell me about some of these exciting things that you've been talking about.
Absolutely. So throughout the entire perinatal journey, right, there's a lot of linkages and a lot of things that are important to keep in mind from the time someone's thinking about getting pregnant, throughout pregnancy, and then to the birth of a little one in lactation. And nutrition is something we sort of talk about. We say it's important to be healthy and eat a variety of foods, and all of that is very true. But I don't know how much we focus on the specifics of it and maybe answering some of those questions that parents have about more the how-tos of really making that work for them.
Yeah, this is it really is such an interesting topic. It's almost like, when I first started, I don't know if it was the same for you, but there really was sort of almost an opposition to even think about it or talk about it because it felt like it was on the lowest part of the list of, getting things organized, sorted, or whatever it was. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Yeah. Yeah. And even though, it doesn't take much, I guess, to fuel our bodies and to have what we need for our babies, it can make a difference. And so I think that realizing that and knowing exactly what is important, what's key to include and maybe not include, can help people feel better, can ultimately affect outcomes as well.
Yeah, I think we're in an exciting time when we're talking a lot about nutrition being medicine and how it can change the trajectory. But in that it is a fragile time in a family's life, in a woman's body. There's a lot of changes happening. We know that hormones and mood and, all these things are, they're a valuable and an important part of the journey. Now, nutrition, though, is right up there. I mean, it's all in the mix. It's not one or the other, right? It's right there. So it can definitely have an impact, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it's this kind of balance, I guess, or delicate dance that we have to follow because when someone, is welcoming a new little one, there's so many changes and like you said, hormonal things, physical things, lots going on. So we don't want it to feel like another to-do or anything that, stresses someone out or that they even feel guilty about. But something that's key with some quick tips to throw in there so that they feel like it's manageable
Right.
in the way that works for them.
And is that a lot of what you've adapted to do as part of your job? Is just to find ways that are really manageable instead of because I think as soon as we hear things like diet, right, which is can be really terrifying for people. That's why obviously nutritional insights is an important part. But when we start talking about diet, it can actually have a negative impact on clients as well, right?
It can. And we know that there's some general nutritional requirements that are important for everyone to keep in mind. As dietitians, we learn the specifics of those key macro and micronutrients. But just like, in lactation or any counseling, we want to make sure that we're tailoring and we're giving the appropriate amount of information at the right time for folks and really what they need. There is this push, in the United States, but I think also all over the world with how we look in our bodies and sometimes this unrealistic,
Right.
thought of looking a certain way after giving birth. And so I like to kind of just tie in how gentle we need to be with ourselves, how a
Right.
lot of the changes we see are necessary for pregnancy and for lactating. Um,
Right.
and getting kind of away from the aesthetics, but also helping folks understand, the implications of dieting, how to go about just overall eating in a healthy way, in an intuitive
Hmm.
way that doesn't really have so many rules and regulations and things like that. Hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, it's $1 billion industry when we talk about diets, right? But in actual fact, if we go back to the basics, when we're just talking about nutrition, I love what you said about, intuitive, eating, because this is where we want, and again, at this particular time during that perinatal period and into lactating, women often are more connected to their bodies, not always through choice, but, because, it's relational to what they're experiencing. So bringing maybe nutrition, insights along at this time and the fact that they have a little tiny bub or baby in their arms, and they want to do the best. There's sort of an opportunity, right, to have sort of I was going to say rebirth. I've got all these puns happening, but a rebirth in sort of the conversation around nutrition. Is that what you really find with clients, that they are wanting to hear more and they're open to it?
They are, and they're curious because for a lot of people, having a baby is when they see the most change in their body ever.
Right.
And a lot of people struggle with that. They struggle with seeing themselves differently, or, at a higher weight, or, just not the same, and just not feeling the same too. And so they're
Yeah.
wanting information about how to feel more like themselves, but how to feel better too. And
Mhm.
so again, like with the balance, we want to make sure that we are focusing on, the fact that we need some of these changes to be healthy. Um,
Right.
no, we may or may not, look a certain way, but here's why this is happening. Here's some ways that you can take care of yourself right now and your baby. That's gonna be very healthy for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we feel nutritionally better, we can make better choices down the road as well. So
Yeah.
it's so interesting watching. I can remember that, thinking about my babies and wanting my babies to be really, really healthy,
Mm.
but completely forgetting that, that I might have to do that for myself too. It's that, motherhood kind of has that way of doing that where we're constantly giving
Yeah.
to others and not to ourselves. But this is such a great opportunity to really support parents on that journey, right?
Right, right. And our bodies kind of do that too, right? In pregnancy and lactation, they just kind of do what they need to do to support the baby, but often that leaves us, depleted in a lot of ways. And so, nutrition is one of those things that we, I think, forget about, like you said, is medicine, and can
Mhm.
truly change the way we feel. It can impact our hormones, it can impact our energy levels, and just, how we navigate throughout the day, and overall give us a better experience if we're mindful about it. Mhm.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Rachel. It really is always such a delight chatting with you. Have you got any exciting things coming up this year? Are you working hard? What's going on for you?
I'm working hard. My family's expecting. We're I'm having a second child.
Oh,
Which is
congratulations.
so wonderful. And it has a
Yeah.
baby girl to a
Oh, wow,
um
that's awesome.
older brother. He's going to be an older brother,
Oh,
but
yeah, that's
yeah,
exciting.
working and just have some collaborations and things, and continuing to just
Good.
learn more and grow, and yeah.
Love it. I'd love it. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you very soon online. And thank you so much again for your insights. I think it's just such a good message, again, we're sort of we're changing long-term outcomes. That's what's happening. So, and it's so wonderful when we can really support the parents on their journey. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining me here today. You can head over to our website right now, to goldmidwifery.com, to learn more about Rachel's topic and her presentation, and of course, connect with us. Don't forget to register for this event. We can't wait to see you online. Thank you again to Rachel Dean for being with us here today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.